What's up, Moon Lords? I'm back with another AMC financial astrology update that we do each and every week, where we go over the stars and we go over the moon phase analysis. And guys, you already know that we're entering a waning moon season. Waning moon phases aren't really my favorite phase, simply because things don't typically grow during this time. During a waning moon is more of a time of reflecting, uh, reanalyzing, uh, retuning, replanning, and getting ready for the new moon. And things tend to die down, like the energy tends to die down, like the urge to do something isn't as strong. So we know the stock market is 80% emotions, okay? And that's why the moon is important to know what's happening with the moon, okay? Because that's going to tell you a little bit of the emotional segment. And the moon lords that have been here since the beginning definitely knows that the moon has an effect on AMC stock. It hasn't been doing what it's always done on the exact level, historically speaking, ever since we had that eclipse back in May. We all know what's up with that. Things have been resetting, and the full moons haven't has had much of a potent effect as it used to before that eclipse. That's okay. I feel like we're, you know, accumulating, consolidating, building back up for that moon phase jumps and bounces and reversals. And trust me, well, don't trust me, but hey, trust that I believe that the biggest moves are going to be happening around a full moon, and especially during a waxing moon. And we're officially going to be in a waning moon coming Monday, July 26th. So yeah, I'm not that excited. However, there has been times where we did get some jumps on a waning phase. You can see it right here. We climbed from 8 to about 12 on a waning phase before. So don't think we can't climb up on a waning. I just don't think we're going to have our biggest move on a waning. So let's say next week or the week after that, during a waning season, we jump up to $100. To me, that's not the sell point for me. I'm not going to consider selling unless it's a waxing moon, and this is when the phases are blue. Right now, we're about to enter a black waning phase again. But hey, who knows? If it jumps to $1,000 during a waning phase, I will not be complaining, and then maybe at that point I might sell. Okay, so whatever's going to happen is going to happen. I'm just giving you guys the moon phase analysis and what's good there. But we're going to look over all the stars on this video, look over what I see for this next phase, and go from there. So if you like this content and you want to see more, haven't subscribed, go ahead, hit the subscribe button. And if you are a Moon Lord and haven't hit us up on the Discord, you're missing out. Our Discord is called Market Moon Lord. We got a lot of good people in there, great community, and we're doing a lot of DD outside of what we see on this YouTube channel. And if you guys like this video and want to show support, go ahead and hit that like button. I greatly appreciate it. Let's jump into the video. Welcome to the Market Moon Lord, where we merge the matrix with the stars. I'm your host, Jason Alexander, the Blue Moon of Neptune, here to help you navigate through the illusions of life. Okay, so just to recap a little bit about last week, I said that we needed to see the $46 mark by Wednesday to kind of get us back on the full moon big climax energy, and we didn't get that. On Wednesday, we got all the way up to about 44, and then the next day, look at where they stopped us, right where I have my line at the $46 mark, $46.36 to be exact. But look, they literally stopped us right where we were going to have strength again for a full moon climax type energy. They stopped us right there on Thursday, and then we officially entered pretty much that waning season phase energy, and now we're officially in the waning. Now, we had for the first time in a long time, we actually went down on a waxing. So I really don't think we're going to go much further than what we did right here, but it is possible that we continue to go down on this next waning. But if we keep the support that we had on this waxing, it looks like $31 will be the bottom, the floor. And the technical analysis kind of are still a little overbought or oversold, excuse me. And the MACD is just waiting to try to push back forward, okay? So I do think we could dip a little bit on this waning, but I don't see us going down underneath $31. and anything under $31 is definitely going to be a very, very strong buy to me. But I think we have good support around this $38 mark, because that's on the last waning. That's where we were. And we typically make higher lows on the waning phases. That we always get a higher low on the waning. So if the AMC keeps that same energy that it typically does, then on this next waning phase, we should at the very least go back to the $38 mark, in my opinion. And it looks like where do we stop? We're around I don't even know where we closed. $36. Yeah, we closed at $36. Okay. So I wouldn't be surprised if Monday, Tuesday, we go back to that $38 level. And pretty much, ideally, I just want to see consolidating into the new moon. But realistically, we could be dipping until we hit that new moon. Okay. Now, we are due for growth period based on the moon phases. So we could have what we had over here, where we actually grow a little bit on the waning. But look what happened when we grew on the waning. We got the new moon, we fell, and then on the full moon we consolidated, and then it basically waited to the new moon again. Okay, so to me, the best thing to see right here is consolidating, accumulating into the next new moon, which is going to be, unfortunately, guys, 2 weeks from now. Okay. So that's why it's hard for me to get excited. But hopefully, after we look at all the stars, which we're about to do, we might see something that's going to show something different when we look at all the stars put together. I'm curious, Moon Lords, what do you guys think about this next couple of weeks? Is there anything going on with you guys' DD that shows that maybe we are going to get some upward movement coming into next week? Very curious on what you guys see and think about it. But let's look at all the stars right now and see what we see. Okay, Moon Lords, so we have Monday, July 26th pulled up for AMC. And the very first thing I want to talk about today is what's happening with Mercury. I mean, we've been dealing with this Neptune square Mercury for the longest time. I mean, literally since the very beginning of this whole shebang, this energy has been at play. And, Mercury is communication. Neptune is imagination, it's deception, it's the unseen world, it's the spiritual world, it's the manipulation world. That's why it rules Hollywood, because Hollywood is an illusion. Okay, so we've been dealing with this Mercury square Neptune for the longest time, and I always said that has a lot to do with deception. Okay, and now Neptune is retrograde at that, and it's like it's going right back into this Mercury. It was passing it, and now it's going back to it. Okay, and it's like the deception is still there. We're still dealing with deception. It's not about to stop anytime soon. Neptune doesn't go direct until literally in December. Okay, so based on that information, a lot of the deception is not going to stop until then. Or what we have here, Jupiter, which rules justice, that goes direct in October. Okay, and since Jupiter deals with justice, and it's right on top of the Neptune, which is dealing with the deception, right? And it's also happening in AMC's first house, which is self, what's happening with the company as a whole, pretty much. I do see us winning some legal battles. I do see people stepping in and taking legal action, like the government, or I saw some lawyer activity. That kind of stuff will be happening. There are a lot of people trying to help the situation, and I do believe when Jupiter goes direct in AMC's first house, since it does have a lot to do with justice, maybe in October we start getting some justice, and maybe when this transiting Neptune goes direct in December, maybe all the manipulation is no longer possible and everything has to be legit. There can be no more illusions, no more deception. Okay, so I am waiting for that. Another cool thing that's happening in October is both Saturn and Pluto will also be going forward again. Okay, so I'm not gonna lie. To me, we're going to be in this a lot longer, if not past October, if not past January, and well into 2022. Okay, but hey, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity, so I'm gonna have the patience. Okay, now coming into Monday, we do have the Mercury square Neptune. We've been dealing with that. Deception is still at play, and then we have the Mercury over here, that's opposite AMC's ascendant, and it's also opposite of AMC's Venus. Okay, so we spoke about this before. In fact, 2 weeks ago, I was talking to you guys a lot about getting some news as far as the company, the CEO, and the management changes, and we saw what happened with Aaron last week. So I'm not surprised, and we're going to continue to get more big news from AMC. I'm not going to say it's going to move the stock because the manipulation, but I am saying Mercury is opposite Venus and the ascendant, and it's all over here close to the sun, and it's at the end degrees of Cancer, and Cancer is a big energy for AMC, having the Jupiter and Moon here. So I do see big news still coming in for AMC this week. Now, another thing I have to talk about is the fact that we have Mars energy, and from both sides. So we have Mars sextile Sun over here, and then we have a Mars trine Sun here. Now, these are very positive aspects. However, whenever we get Mars energy, that's not usually good for us. But what I would say for this is Mars is a fighter. Mars is all about war. Mars is all about competition. The sun is also about those type of things as well. That's why the sun is exalted in Aries, because that's a Mars sign. It's about getting things done. The sun in the company represents the CEO, the management, their company's reputation. And Mars has a lot to do with how they're taking action on things. And right now it looks like we're in a battle. And this right here, outside of what it typically does to the stock price, this right here looks like we're about to win a battle. Okay, Mars hitting, trining the sun twice. It's like, I would say this person, don't mess with this person right now. This person's down to throw hands. Okay, so AMC is still fighting. The company, I do believe, is fighting for AMC and for AMC stock. And I do expect some moves to be made in this battle from the management, from the company. So let's stay optimistic for that. Even though this, Mars represents some cutting, sun could be over illuminating. To me, this is too crazy to have the Mars sextile of the sun and then the Mars trine the sun over here. So I am optimistic that is good for us as far as the AMC fight, as far as things taking action for legal matters. Someone's looking at the details in this fight. Okay, this Mars is in Virgo. Okay, and then this sun is in Sagittarius, and that is Jupiter, the sign of justice. Okay, and then this sun over here is in Leo at home, making a trine to this Mars that's in Libra. So that's for people, that's for balance. Libra also has a lot to do with justice because it's all about weighing out the scales. Okay, and Leo's not playing out here either. Okay, so I am optimistic that AMC is in this fight, that management is doing something about this fight, and I wouldn't be surprised if AMC management or Adam makes a big move to stop the hedge funds manipulations and stuff like that. So stay tuned for that type of energy. Now, another thing coming into this week that we have is we got Saturn energy, unfortunately. Okay, so we have Saturn energy from the retrograde Saturn, and the cool thing though is hitting another outer planet of Uranus. Uranus is very volatile, but Saturn is the exact opposite, especially retrograde. So this could definitely show a very stable stock. Even though this Mars energy will show a lot of energy, the Saturn retrograde hitting this Uranus to me is almost suppressing some volatility. Okay, so that might be a good thing considering that we are in a waning phase. But that's just what I see coming into the week right off the bat. And it looks like we have some midheaven action, which is trying the Neptune, meaning we might be taking care of the deception. And it's also sextiling the Pluto, which Pluto deals with secrets, deals with deception, deals with the unseen world, deals with resources, deals with power. Okay, so I do think AMC is in the background. And I said this 2 weeks ago, making moves for us. Okay, it's a matter of us being patient. It's a matter of us staying optimistic and keeping the energy high, keeping the positivity high. And the last thing I want to talk about for Monday is the moon will be trying AMC's Scorpio North Node, which also deals with deception, hidden things, private things, resources, power struggles, takeovers. Okay, and the moon is in Pisces, also dealing with Hollywood, dealing with the illusion. So I'm actually, I'm not hating on the stars coming into the week, even though we have some Saturn and some Mars energy. I don't think it's going to cut us bad, but I don't necessarily think we're going to get any type of green day or any type of big green day to say that. But I can say a lot of times when the moon is in Pisces, we do get some positive movement. That's probably because it makes a trine to AMC's moon and AMC's Jupiter, and then also another trine to the AMC's North Node. Okay, so I mean, if the chart doesn't look bad, but historically speaking, Mars energy, Saturn energy is not. It doesn't bring the stock up; it actually brings it down. Okay, Moon in Pisces does bring it up, but it's a waning moon, so the moon is weaker. So I'm not expecting fireworks on Monday, but I'm not necessarily expecting a lot of bleeding on Monday either. Let's jump into Tuesday. Mars and the Sun energy is just a lot of fuel for really fast moves, quick moves. And Wednesday is very interesting because the moon shifts into Aries. It makes a very nice sextile to the ascendant. Venus is now making a sextile to AMC's moon. So we had two positive things coming in on Wednesday for AMC with the moon. And then what I really find interesting is look at what's happening with Jupiter right here. It is officially 000 in Pisces retrograde. So this is the last day it's going to be in Pisces before it goes into Aquarius. And yeah, when Jupiter went into Pisces the first time, that's when we saw a lot of huge moves on AMC. And this is like the last day that it's going to be in Pisces. So Wednesday is going to be a very interesting day. We have pretty much a lot of blue lines going on. It's just, we pretty much have a lot of blue lines going on. It's just, some of it's happening with Saturn and some of it's happening with Mars. However, I kind of like what I'm seeing on Wednesday. Wednesday is going to be a big day. Definitely. Let's jump into Thursday. Okay, so we have a lot of shifting going on Thursday as well. Now, if we look at Jupiter, it's now officially 29 degrees in a sign of Aquarius. Is no longer in Pisces. It is no longer really hitting. I mean, it's still on top of this Neptune, but it's getting very loose, meaning it's not going to be as potent. So when that goes direct again in October and hits all this stuff again, I'm expecting similar things of what happened the first time Jupiter went into Pisces, and it's probably going to be bigger than before because it's like, oh, I like that, but I want to go back and fix some stuff in Aquarius, and then I'm going to come right back into Pisces. And Aquarius is the humanitarian sign. It's about society. It's about the people. Jupiter is about justice, okay? So I'm not going to be surprised if Jupiter going into Aquarius is going to bring a new justice and new community and new people in our community to help fight to help fight for justice and AMC. So I'm not hating on Jupiter going into Aquarius. It might be exactly what we needed, but just keep in mind it goes into Aquarius and then it has to go direct in Aquarius, and that's when we can get a lot of forward movement. But at the same time, Jupiter for AMC is actually retrograde. So, the Jupiter retrograde in the world can still be very activating for Jupiter, for AMC's Jupiter. Anyway, now Mercury over here is no longer making any oppositions to the Venus, and it's not making opposition to the ascendant. So it looks like we're going to get the news probably by Wednesday. Okay, and then coming into Thursday, Mercury's kind of in a new energy and is now making a sextile to Mars. Okay, which could also make us have news. Because at the end of the day, Mercury is communication, Mars is taking action on things, and it's in the air sign of Libra, and Mars is also making a sextile to the Sun. So again, that's, to me, there's some action happening with the company's reputation, the company CEO. They might be taking action. I look at the Sun, and it's now making a trine to Uranus. And remember, all week Uranus has been making an aspect only to Saturn. And to me, I told you guys that's a suppressing energy, but maybe when it hits this trine Sun, there's some type of catalyst that lets go of that compression of Saturn a little bit and illuminates the situation, because the Sun is very strong in Leo, because that's where the Sun belongs. Another thing that happened is look at that Venus. Venus is now not only making a sextile to the moon, but is making a very nice trine to Pluto, and the Pluto over here is in Capricorn, and the Pluto in Capricorn is all about building, transforming a structure and building it better. Venus is all about, especially in Virgo, making sure everything is in balance, making sure everything is taken care of, make sure everything is in place, okay? So this is actually very sexy energy happening between Venus, Pluto, and the moon over here, okay? So lots of blue lines. The transiting moon isn't making any aspects. I might go a little bit deeper in this day, see if the transiting moon does make an aspect. We still have the Pluto and Saturn aspects going on as well. But yeah, let me go deeper into this day real quick. Okay, I just wanted to see what the moon was going to do later into the day, and it is making a square to Jupiter. And I'm not hating on that. Jupiter is the most beneficial planet. Oh, I'm sorry. There we go. Jupiter is over here. The moon is making a square to Jupiter, and I'm not mad at that because Jupiter is the most beneficial planet of the zodiac. It's literally super lucky. And it represents expansion. Okay, so Thursday looks volatile, and overall, depending on what's happening with this Mars and Saturn stuff, if that energy is starting to release, Thursday could be a very, very good day. Again, big moves with the company. The company is without a doubt making moves, but we got Pluto involved in this, so it's the company is working behind the scenes. Okay, it's definitely working behind the scenes. And then let's see, we have this Pluto hitting Venus. So soon this stuff is going to be revealed to us. It just may not be getting revealed this week. Okay, but there's things happening behind the scenes, transformations happening behind the scenes. AMC is trying to get more powerful, trying to bring more people into their world, into the movies, into the management. They're making moves. And I'm not going to be surprised if we get some type of merger activity towards October, when probably end of October, when this Pluto goes direct, and then it goes right back over this Venus energy. Okay. So I just pulled up Friday, and definitely some new energy. One thing I want to say is this transiting Mars is no longer making any aspects to AMC, which is cool. That could let go of some of that cutting energy if that's what it brings to us. And then we also have this Mars over here getting tighter with the Mercury sextile, and then it's also getting tighter with the Sun sextile. So again, we're in this fight, we're in this battle, and there seems to be some type of theme going on with this Mars over here. Because look, it's not showing us this line, but it's also starting to make a nice trine to the transiting North Node. That's a lot of energy. Okay, that's a lot of energy, and this almost tells me that we're going to get more communication from other people that we haven't gotten before on AMC stock this week. And I wouldn't be surprised if it has something to do with the movie artists. I know I've said that before. It hasn't happened yet. But this week could be the week it be North Node hitting Gemini, and then it's hitting Mars over here in the sign of Libra, which is the artist sign, and then this Mars also is getting hit by Mercury, which is communication, and Mars or in the Sun, which is also illumination. And this could also be the company bringing other people in to the management roles, into executive roles to help the situation. I do see something happening with moves being made, or more help from people that weren't helping before. Okay, and we already talked about this Jupiter going into Aquarius, which is also about society and people as a whole and communities. And Jupiter represents justice, moral systems, philosophy, principles. It's literally the legal season. It rules the legal matters in astrology. So guys, let me know if you guys see any type of legal stuff happening, any type of government stuff happening. I'm just curious. You guys know I only look at the stars, but tell me if you guys have seen any new activity. Are there any court dates that are happening, or are there any you guys heard anything from the government? Because I do see, and the sun has a lot to do with government too. We got a lot of sun action this week. Okay, so maybe that's what's going on too. Maybe the government is going to step in. Saturn's involved. Okay, so maybe we're going to get government or something legal. If anyone knows anything about anything going on with that, just let me know. Okay, but Tuesday, we're on Friday. Friday looks interesting. Okay, lots of energy. I mean, this week in general has a lot of energy. The midheaven is now making a nice 0-degree trine to Neptune, taking care of the deception. Okay, we still have the Mercury square Neptune, so the deception is still there. The moon doesn't really make any aspects on Friday, so I don't expect anything too crazy However, you never know, okay? The moon is in Aries. It's a very fast-moving sign, and we have a lot of Mars energy, which is also Aries. But we don't have a lot of bad things. It's mainly blue lines. The only thing I would say is we have the Saturn stuff going on, but now Uranus is still making a trine to the sun. So I'm definitely expecting moves to be made this week, to say the least, okay? This seems more eventful as far as on the stars than we've seen in a long time. Like, there's a lot going on in the stars. If this was like a person, I would say, well, you got a big week ahead of you, okay? But that being said, guys, I want you guys to keep in mind on Monday, we come into a Pisces moon. Pisces is very emotional, okay? I'm a Pisces, but it's a very emotional sign. It's it's all about the vibes, all about the energy. It's all about escapism, and it's a soft little fish rolling, two little fishes going around in a circle, being indecisive, being a little scared. So, guys, please, can we all just like chill out? Like, seriously, we are winning. That's obvious. And like I told you guys in the Discord, there's no way they're going to be able to keep doing this dark pool nonsense forever. The chart clearly tells me that we're taking care of things behind the scenes. We're taking care of things legally. It's just going to take a little bit of time, okay? But as far as I'm concerned, if they could drop the price under 20, under 30, they would. They can't, okay? Which tells me we just have to wait. We just have to hold. I don't think they're going to keep coming up with new ways to drop the stock. If we are just holding, they're pretty much fucked, in my humble opinion, okay? And now, after we get out of that emotional moon in Pisces, we're going to be entering that very intense moon of Aries, that impatient moon of Aries coming into, I think we got into Aries late Wednesday, coming into Thursday. So, guys, we're going to go from an energy of emotional to intense and patience. And then the sun is also in Leo, which is very fiery energy, okay? And so I really urge you guys all to meditate, calm your nerves, just stick to the plan. If you can't handle the price action, don't look at the price action, okay? Get some nature, get some spiritual healing, okay? Talk to your friends and try to make other people feel better. I mean, we really have to control the energy, okay? Because remember, this is a psychological warfare. The hedgies are focusing on our emotions to make their moves. And if we all collectively are like, whatever, we're holding, and we're not getting emotional, and we're not fighting amongst each other, then they're gonna lose confidence that they can shake us out. Because everything they're doing is them trying to shake us out. They're not trying to cover. They're trying to shake us out. To me, we have shown a lot of strength, them not being able to get us in the 20s. Okay? So, yeah, guys, that's what's up with the stars coming into this week. Let me know what you guys see coming into this week. If this is matching up with what you guys see, definitely let me know about any legal matters that you guys may see. Okay, so we're going to leave it at that, Moon Lords. Go ahead and hit that like button if you haven't already. If you're new here and want to subscribe, hit that subscribe button so you can get more content like this. Don't forget to check us out, The Market Moon Lord. I really, really appreciate each and every one of you guys. I'm Jason Alexander, the Blue Moon of Neptune, here to help you navigate through the illusions of life. You're watching The Market Moon Lord, where we merge the matrix with the stars. Until next time, peace.
Jason Alexander, the Blue Moon of Neptune.